I think this is going to be a little bit better. It's already acting as if it's better. I'm even able to see some of you on the screen, which is good. You know, it's aggravating when things aren't right. I don't know how people can live wrong because it's agitating, frustrating, irritating, and annoying when things are not right for me. So thank you all who came back. Thank you so much. You're the greatest. For those of you that have been following me for some while, we do have these problems from time to time. Anything that man has to do with, I can promise you there's going to be some type of error involved, including us. This is why we can't be judgmental towards each other, because all of us have something wrong. We sin differently, but we all sin. And to the person that wants to condemn and beat other people for their sin, no, you've got to talk to them and encourage them into change. Now, all of us have to repent. We've got to turn away from the things that we do wrong, but it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. So we have to be more patient with each other, have grace, extend loving kindness and mercy to each other. And it's in that extension of grace that we actually apply grace to ourselves. It's in the extension of mercy that we give mercy to ourselves. This is why the Bible says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. To the level of mercy that you give, you're going to receive. All right. So just as a minor recap, we're talking about truth. And you can tell so... John Quill Hutno, good morning. Tina White McPherson, good morning. Teresa Bryant, good morning. Thank all of you. Cleveland Kelly, that's my big brother. I was wondering what was crawling on my legs. My cord had them wrapped around me. Sorry about that, you all. Charmaine Stevens, good morning. Michelle, we're going to see if you can save me today. You know what I'm talking about. Anybody that's on that I did not call your name. Charmaine Stevens, I'm celebrating 62. You're 62? Shout out. Wow. You look beautiful. I never would have thunk it. Happy birthday, Charmaine Stevens. I pray God's best on you today, that his wisdom, knowledge, and favor be released in multiplied portions, and that everything that your hands touched in regards to him, you will prosper, and everywhere your foot tread, you will own. Yolanda Brooks. What's up, Sean? Nicole S., good morning. And good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming back. I have a better feed. Keith Miller, what up, bro? All the stars are dropping in this morning. So thank you all for coming in on various platforms. Thank you all for coming in. And happy birthday, Charmaine Stevens. So when a person, now this is male and female, when a person has been dislodged from truth, when they've separated themselves from the conduct, the construct, and the infrastructure of truth by proceeding to walk in deceit on a continual basis, they slowly but surely remove their soul from truth. That soul has now been trained to lie. Because the soul has been trained to lie, the soul follows the pattern that it's been given. So your soul is like a hard drive on a computer. Tamula, what up, Tamula? Buck matchmaker of real estate, Tamula, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. So the more you follow truth, the more truthful you become. The more you lie, the more deceitful you become. And the soul goes into reverse. It goes away from truth, and it begins to become one with the lie. So now when your soul becomes one with that lie, that hard drive becomes so full with the lie, it will call right wrong and it'll call wrong right. Now, these are the roots of a lot of issues that we're dealing with. Edith Hodges, good morning, love. This is the grassroots of a lot of issues that we are dealing with when it comes to humanity. I'm talking about the man this morning. We'll talk about the woman tomorrow, but today I'm talking about the man. So now a man is egotistical in his own right. God made him that way. But when we take the ego and mix it with a lie, pride is born. Pride causes man to exalt himself, and he starts to think more of himself than he should. Starright, good morning to you. And he began to think more of himself than he should. Tanyita Stacy, yes, we're back. Thank you for coming back with us too. When a man begins to think more of himself than he should, he starts to believe that he can have more than what he should have. Now, I hope you all are following this. When a man thinks more high of himself than he should, he believes he's supposed to have more than he has, and he believes it. But you got to remember that the root and the reasoning behind this belief has been embedded in deceit, because he's become accustomed to lying, and he's trained his soul how to walk in deceit. So now this man is in a relationship with a woman, and he's drilling her. He's going through a phone. Where you been? Where have you been? Why you got to wear that? Why you have that on? Who you trying to impress? Listen, nothing you can tell this man is going to change his mind, because what you're dealing with a perverted soul, a soul that has been twisted in a lie. It's become one with the lie. So when it sees you, it sees lies, and there's nothing you can say to this man to convince him that you're faithful or loyal. So he accuses you for the things that he's guilty of. There's not an honest man on the planet. There's not an honest man on the planet that cannot see truth. Now watch this. There's not a liar on the planet that cannot see a lie. There's not a liar on the planet that will be able to embrace truth. And there's not a truthful man on the planet that'll be able to embrace a lie. We generally think out of the resources of our own soul, our own experiences. So when you've been unfaithful, when you've lied, when you've been getting by, when you haven't been truthful, it's easy to accuse somebody else, because you're looking and you're talking and you're communicating through the mirror of the soul with the mess that you've created inside of you. So we start blaming her for cheating. And the only thing that woman's been doing is being loyal. Number one, she knows you crazy. And let me tell you, ladies, this something. Let me give you this. When a man can no longer control you with his words, that's when he starts putting his hands on you. So the beginning process is he'll try to manipulate situations. He's always going to be the victim. He's always going to become the victim. It's going to always be, well, it was because of this. It was because of that. I am the way that I am because of what my mama did, because my daddy did. Somebody else is always going to get the blame, because a liar will never accept responsibility for who they are. He can't. Because you got to remember, his soul has been released from truth. So when you cannot see truth, you cannot see you. So you begin to blame other people for the things you're responsible for, and you begin to accuse them of the things that you are doing. Why you got to wear that dress? Who you trying to impress? Akeem Bracewell, what up, bro? Why you showing your cleavage? Because everything that you're doing has been recorded in your soul. And when you talk now, because there's no truth in you, you're talking out of what the soul has recorded. And because the soul has recorded its deceit, whenever it sees a lie, even if it's standing in front of the truth. So you blame her for cheating. Listen, so what the man does when he cannot control you with his words, when he cannot control you through sympathy, getting you to feel sorry for himself, what he wants to do now, he'll try to control you physically. And his idea is to separate you from those people who are true to you, from those people who love you. That's his method to gain control over you. So your own family can't see you. Your family can't talk to you. Everything has to go through him. You can't leave the house. You can't go nowhere. If you go somewhere, he shows up. If you're hanging out with your girlfriends, he shows up. If he doesn't show up, he blows your phone up. There's no freedom. There's no space. Here is why. Because his soul is living in the unrest of his own trickery. Ladies, there's one option that you have. You're going to have to ease your hand out of the lion's mouth and plan your escape, because whenever you are dealing with a man like this man is delirious. He is mentally ill, and you cannot reason with a fool. You can't. His objective is to strike fear in you, because if he control you with fear, he can control your mind. Now you become discombobulated. You can't even process your own thought. You're so stressed out. You just now become like a little mutt following its master, doing whatever they tell you to do. And you give up the will to be anything greater. This man has robbed you of self-identity. He's robbed you of what God has given you to be unique. And now he is making you his slave. He doesn't love you. I don't care what he tells you. He doesn't love you, because love is free. I'm going to say that again. Love gives you the option to cheat. When a person really loves you, the option to cheat is always on the table. They're not going to take your options and try to control your will. Love doesn't do that. Love is free. Love is secure. When a person say they love you, there's a level of security that should come with that love. If you're doing what you're supposed to do in the relationship, you can be secure and free within yourself, because you know that you've invested everything on truth. So you expect that truth to come back, and you're not following them, going through their phone, checking their text messages, trying to figure out where they are, calling them on FaceTime, trying to make the girl can't even use the restroom in truth, because you're on the phone with her through Facebook throughout the course of the day, trying to keep a tab. And the only reason you're trying to keep a tab is because you're the liar, sir. You're being whipped with your own deceit. I like that, Charmaine. I'm going to put that up. He wants to be your puppet master. So now he has control of your heart. He has control of your mind. He's trying to control and dictate your soul. He has become your puppet master. You don't move until he pulls the string. And the danger of being in a relationship like this is you lose control of self, because this person robs you of the very thing that God gave you to be free, and that is your will. And the longer you live in this, the more oppressed you become, the more oppressed you become, the more depressed you become, the more depressed you come. Now, thoughts of suicide. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to see nobody, because they have this control over you. Well, you're going to have to eat your hands out of the lion's mouth and gain control of your own soul. And you're going to have to start building your own. This is why it's imperative and important. Everybody needs a friend. We do. Because ladies, when you're in a situation like this, you need one of your girlfriends. You need somebody to rescue you. This level of control, I'm telling you, it's mental illness. A person who trusts, a person who walks in truth, has no reasons to believe or suggest that you will lie. But a person that don't believe anything you say, when everything that you've said is true and it checks out, they still don't believe you. It's because they're living in a lie and they become one with the lie. So even if truth slapped them in the face, they won't feel it and they won't see it. Can't let a person control you and take from you and rob from you what God has given you freely. Your will. And they are experts in manipulation. They're experts in deception. They know how to make you fall emotionally so that they can sustain control over you physically. Who wants to be with a man like that? And I know I said I was going to deal with the sisters tomorrow, but I think I'm going to start now. Ladies, let me tell you personal experiences. I had a young lady to tell me, number one, whoever I marry, they're going to have to accept my schedule. I'm busy. I'm busy because I am determined to die empty. What I mean by dying empty is everything that God has placed inside of me, I'm going to get it out, and I'm not going to let not one human stop it. So if you can't be a part of the purpose that God has set for my life, then you can't be a part of my plan. Now, this is what most women say. Listen to this carefully. Most women say, oh, we make time for what we want. Not if you don't have the time. You can't make what you don't have. One of the things that I do with my children, to spend time with them, even my family, I have to invite them to the things that I'm doing because I'm busy. They have to become a part of my world because I'm busy. I'm still finishing books. I'm doing concerts. I'm speaking. I do online Zoom training. I'm working. I have a marketing firm. I have a construction company. I'm out here getting it. I don't have the time to waste to take you out to eat. Now, you can come be a part of my world. And if that didn't work for you, hey, I understand, because God has given all of us a free will. So you have to go your way and I have to go mine. But what I'm not going to do is feel bad about living in purpose. This train has been in motion for a long time, and I'm not going to let somebody get on board and stop it. I owe God my life. I have given God my life, and anybody that's going to be in my life, they need to be in God first, because God is going to give them the revelation that is necessary to understand the type of man that I am. And it's not that I don't value you. It's not that I don't respect you. It's just that I respect what God's called me to do. That's first in my life. I've been in this lane now. I've been unmarried 16, 17 years. As a result of that, I married my purpose. And if you can't get on board with my purpose, show up to the things that I'm doing, we probably would never spend time together. You know, sometimes, ladies, let me help you out. In your attempt to feel the emptiness in you, you want a man to chase you, give you attention, spend his life on you. You're not used to dealing with a secure man who is busy about purpose. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how the man and the woman should meet. Both of them should be on their grind, completing the thing that God put inside of them. They have to schedule things together. Hey, I'm free this weekend. Are you free that weekend? Let me see. No, I'm not free that weekend, but I'm free this weekend. Okay, so we've got to schedule when we're going to meet and spend time together, because look, a real man who is about his business and about the Father's business is not going to want to interrupt your life from your business. He's going to want you to do you, because he understands, because he's busy doing him. It's too many needy people out here. You're just too needy. Just needy. And it's so unattractive. My God, get you a dog. I was trying to sell one last week. I like this. Let me read this to you. This is Vanessa Robertson. Good morning, Vanessa. That's true. People have to accept your purpose. People have a tendency to want to change you to fit them instead of accepting you, who you are, when they meet you. And I don't know why people try to do that. You know, I've been out on a few dates, and I generally take things slow. I really do. Because I've dated long enough to understand the emotional impact that relationships have on people. So I'm just not ready to hit the accelerator. You're not going to get all my time. You're not. And this is why I have to choose someone who understands what ministry is and what it means to live out your purpose. This is why, ladies, brothers, let me give you this. This is why you have to meet someone in the Father's will. It's generally you carrying out your purpose. Your purpose will lead you to the purpose, the person of purpose, in purpose, that you're going to develop a new purpose with. You can't date anybody outside your lane. They're either going to slow you down or stop you. Straight up. This is why celebrities date celebrities, business people date business people. They meet someone who understands their load. I like that, Tanyita. A covenant partner will enhance the call and purpose of our lives. Enhance, not diminish, not decrease, not frustrate. So you got to be okay with being alone. I don't know why we demonize being single. Being single is a blessing. Being married is a blessing. Got these people that want you to drop everything you're doing to make them feel secure in who they are. Your security should come from you. Nobody should make you secure. Because you are secure, you're not looking for security. Security finds security. And emptiness will find you a hole. So you have a lot of needy men. Mama's boys, pussyfoots. You have these empty women, just empty, just needy, jealous for no reason. What's wrong? Who raised y'all? Who you on the phone with? My daughter. Let me tell you something. If someone ever, who you on the phone with, when they go to doing that, I establish immediately, hey, I would never do that to you because I don't care. You're going to listen to what's in your heart, and what's in your heart, your convictions, is going to rule you. So me asking questions is not going to deter you from doing what you want to do. You ain't got to never worry about me asking who you talking to, where you going. I'm going to take you at your word. Because here's what I know about truth. Truth will be revealed on who you are. I don't have to I don't have to smother you, follow you to find out what your dirt going to show up because I operate in truth. Truth is light. And whenever you mix light with darkness, I promise you the dark has got to go and the light's going to show up and it's going to expose everything that is there. I don't let nobody ask me, who calling you? Who is that texting you? Where you at? What? I'm at grown. That's where I am, at grown. What is grown? I'm a grown man. I don't answer those type questions. And it's not because I'm not accountable. It's not because I'm not accountable. It's because I am secure. I will never ask you that. Now, when the relationship gets to a certain point, we call it check in, I guess. I don't know where that come from either. Well, I just want you to know where I am. I don't care where you are as long as you're safe. Go do you. And quit calling me talking about that check in, because what you're really trying to do, you're trying to check in with me to train me to check in with you because of the emptiness that's in your soul. That ain't going to work over here. It will never work. Not checking in with you. You ain't God. God gives me the freedom to choose. He gives me the balance to walk. He gives me the will to make the choices that I want to do. Out of respect to you, I will communicate at some level, but you're not going to be knowing where I am 24 because things change. Well, I thought you was at work. Well, I was at work. Then my brother called because he had a flat tire and he needed some help. So I went to help him. Yeah, but you told me you was at work. You didn't tell me you was going with your brother. That kind of stuff right there. If y'all choose to deal with it, God bless you. I will never. It's slavery. And the culture embraces that type of behavior. That's why people have the freedom to act that way. What do you mean I got to check in with you to tell you every move that I make? I broke up with a girl, several of them, because of that very same thing. I had a young lady tell me, she said, well, you always know where I'm at. You always know where I'm at. That was your choice. I didn't ask you. Sure didn't. I'm not reporting where I am. I'm too busy. Things change at a moment's notice. Here's what we do. We build insecurity because we're missing something. Then when a person gets accustomed to checking in, if they forget something, then we try to hold them accountable to being a liar. It's not that they're lying. They forgot because the pressure you put up under them to be who you need them to be. We're not called to satisfy your persona. It's not what a relationship is. No, I want to enhance who you are. I want you to become better because we're together. I don't want to diminish you by beating you with the stripes of my insecurity. Now, I'm going to say this. In a relationship, I don't have secrets either. If somebody call my phone, you can answer it. Somebody call my phone, I'm going to put them on speaker. I don't have secrets. You'll have my passwords because I don't have anything to hide. If I'm in a relationship or I'm married and a heifer is trying to holler and I've not created boundaries, that's when secrets start coming in. But I'm an open book. If they try to holler at me, you're going to be the first to know because you have access to everything. I'm not going to have a burner phone hid up under my car. In the seat of my car or in the trunk. No, my phone is my phone. I'm not playing them games. I have no secrets. You have access to my bank accounts. I don't have some offshore account that you don't know about because I'm hiding money taking care of another family. No. Honesty is what breeds security. We have too many secrets. You're going to have my work number. But I'm going to tell you to call with caution, because when I'm at work, I'm at work. My life is an open book. Tasha Lockett, you're right. My life is, I don't have anything to hide. But what you're not going to do is dictate my day either. You're not going to be able to control my, well, I thought you wasn't going over there. Well, I changed my mind. See, we're used to being in relationships with a dominant personality, either the male or the female. One of them have a dominant, sometimes both of them. That don't generally work. Both of you are bulls. So we're used to having some leverage, some level of control. We're not used to respecting each other as adults. We are two adults in one relationship, meaning there's modesty, there's truth, there's understanding, and there is a careful caution that I yield to the person that I'm with. I'm not going to give you reasons to be insecure, but I'm not going to be bowing down to you singing your praises all day either. If there be any victory, it goes to Calvary. I'm going to worship the Lord, but I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to reassure you who you are in him. I am. And I'm not going to give you any reason that you should be jealous. Here's what we do. We're broken on the inside. We're missing so many things. We've been cheated out of life, cheated out of relationship. We done had people to cheat on us. We never got over those things. We still carry the pain. We still carry the scars. And we get into a new relationship and try to hold them accountable for what somebody else did with us. Well, I want you to know I'm not your puppet test dummy. You're not going to put that crap on me. Whatever you've not resolved in your past is between you, them, and God. Get yourself healed and whole before we build anything, because what you're not going to do is damage me because you're damaged. And I ain't Jesus. I'm not finna heal you either. Get yourself together and be whole before you get in another relationship. Too many people bring their garbage and their baggage into a new relationship, and now you got this person feeling bad, saying that they're not enough because they cannot meet you in your emotional corrupt state. No, baby, you should have got counseling before you moved on. You need to address some stuff. And it's some stuff broken in you. It's some stuff wrong with you. You can't see right in me when you're living in the wrong in you. You're still holding on to what somebody else did to you. Jody hurt you. Pickett didn't have nothing to do with that. I didn't hurt you, and I'm not going to heal you. Now, I will love you into truth by telling you, you know what? I think you're a bright young lady. I really do. You're amazing. But I do think you need to get help. Here's what we do. We force ourselves in relationships because of the soul tie that's been developed, and we become the baggage that this person brings to us. We accept the blame, and we try to prove that we're not. You can't prove nothing to a broken person. When a person is broken until they become whole, they're going to see everything through the brokenness of the lens that they carry and they see through. I can't heal you. I'm not your God. It's not my assignment to heal you. Well, real man would love you, issues and all. Okay, maybe he will, but this will not. I love you from the point of how we're supposed to love humans, but you ain't bringing that back, because Pickett is whole. I've done a lot of work becoming whole. I'm still becoming better, but I take the wholeness of heart and the security of mind. I take that very serious, and I'm not going to let you compromise me because you broken. I didn't do it. I didn't do it, and I'm not tolerating it. Be whole when you get here, because I don't have the time that I used to have to make you whole. There was a time in my life I would have helped you, ministered to you, and not now. Not now. You can join the church, but I don't have time. Not relationally, not personally. I am not healing. I'm not Jesus. I can introduce you to him, then I'm going to leave you with him so you can get from him the things that you need to be an access to me and not a liability. This is the older you get, the less tolerant you have for foolishness. I dated somebody, and she was a beautiful woman, beautiful inside and out. But she had a hard time when we would be out and people would speak to me. Have y'all ever met people? If they're by themselves, they can speak, they can talk. But when they with the person that they're with, they act like they don't know you. They look at you like you got three heads. Who they are when they're with that person is completely different than when they're by themselves. It's because they don't have freedom. And people would be out and about, and I'd speak, hey, what's going on? I give them a side hug. How's your family? How are your children? Is everything? And this is what she told me. So you just have to touch everybody you see, huh? Well, I can see if I'm pulling up on them, caressing them, chest to chest, hip to hip, fingertip. No, but I do greet them, side hug. You know, where they breasts ain't all on me. So stuff don't start turning and we open the door, you know. And she had a hard time. So here's what I did, because I knew how this was going to go. The next few times we saw somebody out and about, I just, hey, how you doing? Just spoke to them. So you have to be excited about everybody you see. Okay. Then I began to unpack her in my mind. I knew then, you don't love people. This ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. We're not equally yoked. And I began to ease my hand out of the lion mouth. And I had an honest conversation. I just don't think this is gonna work with us. You don't like people. When people come up to us and speak to us, you don't, hi. You act like they're bothering you. Being courteous. That is the base drive of humanity. Being courteous. Come on. You can't speak. It's going to hurt you to say, hey, hi. It's going to hurt you to be concerned. No, girl, you broken. You broken. Bye. Carry on. In relationships, we are not called to control each other. We're called to add to each other. If you can't add them, you're robbing them. Never allow a person to rob you who you are. Now a gate, there are gates and guidelines. You can't get too personal. You know, you speaking and your voice go to changing and you lighten up and all. You need to check that. Bishop Irvin Jones, what up, bro? There are guidelines. Like me personally, I have 3 female best friends. It's never been anything between us. We just 3 of them. One of them, we celebrated her birthday last week, Lativa Cobb. She has a boyfriend. Me and him cool. Now, I'm not going to be disrespectful to him because she and I and we've been best friends. So if I'm in a relationship, who I'm in a relationship with, they're going to know who she is. Because I don't want you to think anything funny is going on. If it was, we had plenty of time to do that. We're like sister and brother and sister. So you can't be friends with me and not be friends with my girl. We're not playing that game where we're in a conversation and everything is isolated. No, we're not doing that. There's equal respect. Whoever Tiva chooses to be in a relationship with, I'm going to be friends with, because that is her choice. And I can't expect to be friends with her and not be friends with them. Who raised y'all? And vice versa. So there's mutual respect. You shouldn't have friends and your wife don't know who your friends are. Your husband don't know who your friends are. Depending on the level of relationship when you're dating each other, determines the level of exposure, I think, or access that you have in a person's life. Because if we're just dating You need not think you're on the level where I'm going to tell you who everybody and what they are to me. No, we ain't on that level. You build there. The more you build, the more you know, the more access is granted. But you don't get immediate access to my entire world because we done went out on a few dates. I'm still trying to figure out, do I like you? Or is it my lust talking? Because our lust get us involved with people who we know we should not be with. We're grown. And as a grown man, I refuse to be treated like a child. You mean to tell me you mean to tell me that I have to talk to you all day long to be in a relationship? It ain't gonna happen. Too busy. I have entirely too much going on. If I've got to be the one to bring you security, find you somebody else. That's women and men. And you got y'all girls be dating all these old broken men that emotionally bleed on you. Who raised y'all? Where did you get this stuff from? A couple is supposed to add to each other. I shouldn't feel depleted every time you call. I remember dating somebody some years ago, and every time they call, I'd be on the phone like, oh my God, girl, what is wrong with you? Who hurt you? You ain't gonna be calling me today and not call me. I want to be the first thing you think of in the morning, the last thing that you think about at night. And I told her, sweetheart, that seat that you're looking for belongs to God. You'll never be the first and the last. I have an Alpha and Omega. So you have to find somebody who understands your flow, who understands your rhythm. You have to find someone that you're equally yoked with, their understanding. You can understand. I was pursuing a girl one time, and she told me she ain't believe in Jesus. It was so shocking. After we done talked about God and Bible, because I talk about my faith, and she says, well, I don't believe in the Trinity. I do believe in God, but I don't believe he had a son. Girl, what? You don't believe in the son? So before I ended things, I wanted to know, well, why do you believe? Because if she could back up her theory, even if I didn't like it, I would have to respect it. And I asked her why. Here's what I found. She had been hurt in the church. Pain causes so many of us to change our ideology about God because it happened in the church. She couldn't back up why she believed what she believed. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you don't believe in Jesus. You don't believe in Pickett. Because me and my Father are one. When you see me, you seen the Father. You don't believe in the Son of God? Yeah, this ain't gonna work. She lived out of town, and I was out of town in her area on business. And I had family in the area, so I was visiting family, and I told her she could go. We had gone to a concert the night before. And we were pulling up to a relative's house when she gave me this startling information that she didn't believe in Jesus. Yeshua the Messiah. Y'all, I just wish I could tell you what that did to me. And I respect what you believe if that's what you believe, but you ain't going to believe it with me. I need me a tongue talking, Pentecostal, hand clapping, foot stomping. Huh? Hey, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in me. No, that faith has got to be together. You ain't doing that. Y'all, I've been single a long time, so I've gone out on quite a few dates. I've met a lot of interesting people. I remember another time I dated this girl and I asked her I met her at a Jaguars game. This is one of the reasons I don't go to them games now. I met her at a Jaguars game and we got to know each other and she said she was a social worker. Well, how long you been doing that? And after we had been together for maybe 2 months, she felt comfortable with me. She says, I have something to tell you. Sure. What is it? She told me she was a stripper. Aya bohosa da. Eko bohosa. What in the world? What in the I thought you said you was a social worker. She says, I am, but I strip too. Well, you know that's not going to work. No, child. Mm-mm. You ain't gonna be shaking your tail feather for everybody. No, that ain't gonna work. I ended that quick. I was dumbfounded. I done been through some stuff. She's a stripper. Take your soul to the pole. She took her soul to the pole. I started to think something was wrong with me. Where I keep getting all these weird people from? Well, I had to pay my way through college. So does everybody in America. The hell you mean? I said hell, yes. She says, you're not going to say anything? I was just lost. And knew every scripture in the book. I was just confused. What am I supposed to do with that? You think I'm finna introduce you to my mama? And my mama. Well, Terry, where did you meet her? At the Jaguars game. What she do for a living? Social work. She do social work. Real social. Very so. She's very social. Very social. She has a lap dance ministry, mama. She's a praise dancer. Whop. Worship and praise, mama. She's a whopper. I just couldn't do it. To each his own, but I can't date a stripper. All my homeboys are not in the faith. And I can see it now. Me being at one of my homeboys, grew up with homeboy. not in the faith. We had a barbecue. And I get ready to introduce my girl. Hey, y'all, this is Treese. That ain't Treese. That's Poppet. Chocolate Poppet. So, you I'm gonna tell you what else is bad. Maybe I'll talk about this tomorrow too. I'm gonna tell you what's bad. When you fall in love with somebody and you find out they done been with one of your family members or one of your homeboys or homegirl. Oh. Mm. 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 I never forget one of my cousins. He was bragging about this girl and talking about he was in love, and he messed around and told me the girl whole name. And I had to break the bad news to him. I had to tell him, "Don't kiss her, Doc. Don't you kiss her. Don't you do it." Now, I hadn't done nothing with the girl, but one of my homeboys had been through her. Matter of fact, two of them. She used to like dope boys. And I had to tell him, "Son, you didn't, listen, how long y'all been seeing each other?" He said 3 months. You might have to rethink that one, Doc. Don't kiss her. Listen, man. Listen, it's hard out there. It's hard out there, Ray. Y'all be around here, just put your mouth anywhere on a person. Around here eating butter and grocery. Who raised y'all? And then you're going to stick your tongue in somebody else's mouth. Well, who raised you? Your soul should be sanctified, and so should your tongue and your lips. Talking about eat the groceries. No, thank you. Picking ain't eating nothing that's going to get up and walk. If I can't fry it in the frying pan, it ain't going in my mouth. Oh, glory, to each his own. Glory to each his own. Do you, boo? Talking about licking it from the front to the back, not pick it. My mouth is safe. My tongue is saved. My lips are holy. It ain't happening with me. Not over here. Tina White talking about stop telling all your business. It ain't my business. I'm telling you what I ain't doing. No, it ain't happening. We've come this far. Oh, glory. So, to each his own. You eat whatever you want, but not over here. And don't you bring your raggedy mouth over here either. Because I'm going to find out who you are. Who you bring all them old spirits over here. Well, I think that's coffee time so far. Got thirsty. Glory to God. Father, we thank you. Father, these humans that you made, they down here doing anything with their mouth, Lord. All right. Well.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe.
Lord, they down here doing anything. Lord, that mouth that you gave them to talk to you with, Lord, they putting it all in people's posterior anatomy, God. They doing anything with their mouth.
Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right. In my life, it's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time, coffee time. In my life, coffee time, coffee time. Feels so right.
I need a little sugar. Put it in my cup.
Can you serve it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.
Father, that mouth that you gave these humans, they around here using it to eat groceries, not the ones that's in public, Lord. Who raised y'all? Where you get this stuff from? This ain't the Song of Solomon over here. Not over here. Now, if you do it, I ain't going. Hey, it's your business. Not over here. Lord, these humans you made, you told them with the fruit of their lips to give praise to your name, and they doing other stuff with their lips, Lord. All right. Woo! All right. Hey, to those of you that support Coffee Time, you're the real MVP. Thank you. Without your ears, I don't have a voice. You make this possible. Sometimes we just end like this. It's been a while, but sometimes it happens. Some of y'all ain't even clean. Smell you a mile away. Lord, these women that you made that's supposed to smell like pearls, Lord, they smell like the sea. Oysters is not a perfume. You shouldn't smell like that. Lord, these men, they breath smell like boo-boo, Lord. Okay, you were born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom on the inside of you cannot resolve and solve, but you got to calm down, slow down, be quiet, use emotional intelligence. Trust God and let wisdom speak. When wisdom speak, you'll always win. Hey, if you would like to give to support what we do, the Cash App is on the screen. Father, this mouth that you told these people to bless your name with, They blessing something, Lord, but it ain't you.
Coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time or a crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.